Well, hello everybody. Welcome to back to my channel, HiFi Mods. Today we have an exclusive review of the HFL LingYin headphone amplifier. What you see in front of you is the front panel. We have the 6.35 single-ended input socket for headphones. Then we have the power on the indicator, which is a blue light when it's powered on. You have in the center of the unit the volume port, which is connected to an Alps RK2750 ohm stepped potentiometer inside the unit. Next, we have this inlaid panel, which gives the pin out connection for the 4-pin XLR. I can assure you this is just a standard that everybody uses, so it's nothing to be worried about. Below that, you have the two-way RCA XLR input toggle selector switch. And finally, on the extreme right, we have the 4-pin XLR input jack. The headphone amplifier comes in a anodized aluminum case, 300 deep, 8 centimeters or 80 high, and the width of the front panel is 200 millimeters. It weighs about 4.5 kilos. Well, anyway, I've prepared a PowerPoint slide with all the important particulars and specifications of this unit. Well, this is the back of the unit. On top, you have left and right RCA jacks, and below that, you have left and right 3-pin XLR. These are two inputs that can be selectable from the toggle switch in the front. On the right, you have the IC power socket, where you have the on-off switch. The red LED inside the switch has been disconnected to reduce any EMF or RFI interference with the music. Then you have the fuse holder fitted inside. It's a HIFi pure silver wire fuse. And then you have the standard 3-pin IEC jack. Here we have on the bottom panel the two dip switches for setting the gain of the unit. Is no gain added 3 times, 4.5 times, and 7 times. It's quite useful for adjusting to the sensitivities of different headphones. Remove the top two Phillips screws on the back panel, and then you loosen and remove the Allen keys from the top front left and right corners of the front panel. Removing the Allen keys from the top left and right corners of the front panel to access the internals of the unit. Here we see the internal of the unit, a custom 22-volt toroidal transformer for powering the unit, the IC unit at the back, RC and XLR connectors, the PCB highlighted by 4 high-quality Nishikon power relay filters, caps, power transistors connecting the PCB to the base panel, bottom panel of the unit, which serves as a heatsink. Then we have the quality components inside. I understand they are WIMA caps and resistors. in the center of the PCB, I believe that's a 4-layer gold PCB, are the 4 swappable op amps. And right now fitted with unit are NT1906B dual channel op amps. And we have 4 units, white little rectangular units in the front of the main PCB. Those are protection relays, which protects your headphones from on off and power shutdown potential damages. We have the Alps step alternate or potentiometer at the front, and we have the internals of the RC of the 6.35 jack and the 4-pin XLR jack. Well, now I'm going to remove the pre-installed NT1906B dual channel op amps from the unit. Well, here we have the V7s unboxed. What you get is 2 dip switch extender pieces and 2 units of the op amps and a high quality silicon rubber retention elastic band. And if you look at the instructions on the back of the unit, the alignment of the socket vis-a-vis the op amp itself, pin 1 is always on the left-hand side of the dip of the cutout in the socket extension piece. And if you look at the Burson V7 itself, aligning it as per the diagram with the brand label here, and you can see that at the corner of this unit, there's a little like notch in the side. That's pin 1. That's pin 1. Here you can see that I've removed using the special op amp removal pliers. The first unit, it's a clean removal, and the notch can be seen very clear. Orientation is that side. Well, the second one is removed. It's important to note that for this vertical row of op amps, the notch in the dip switch socket is pointed to this side. Now for the third one. This one, the dip switch again, is pointed to this side, to the right side. And now for the fourth one. Correct. The dip switch is pointed to the left, this side. So right row, point right, left row, point left. Well, I almost made a mistake. Here you can see the op amp. I did not press in the pins all the way. This is the correct insertion. It has to go all the way in. Well, here we have 2 op amps installed on the right right row or vertical row. I'm going to do the installation for the left vertical row now. It's a bit of a tight fit. The silicon rubber band is rubbing the one of the resistors, but I hope it'll be okay. Well, 4 amps installed. Hopefully everything is all right. Well, here we have it. All four Burson Audio V7 Vivid dual channel op amps installed in place of the NT1906Bs. I'm going to close up the unit now, and if all goes well and nothing goes kaboom, we'll have some music soon. Well, the amp is connected to my DAC. I'm running a Good Start A26 with the dual AKM 4499 chip. Power conditioning, that's extensive in my system. Well, after closing up the unit, subsequent to the swapping out to the Burson V7 Vivid op amps, I must admit that I was apprehensive and reopened up the top cover of the unit to recheck the orientation of the installed Burson op amps. And I did do it correctly. So I closed it up and gingerly connected the signal XLRs and the power cord, and powered it on without any headphones connected. No kaboom, no smoke, and it powered on correctly, safely. I connected a pair of disposable headphones just to check. No noise, no hissing, and nothing. I ran the amp with the Burson op amps for an hour before I started doing some, I won't say serious listening, but to check out how everything sounded. The first thing I noticed was that the unit ran hotter than before. You can feel the difference from the heat of the casing on the side and on the bottom. So Burson op amps V7s do definitely run hotter. Well, I've run the unit in for about an hour warm up before I started listening for the last 2 hours. So I guess the question on everybody's mind is that how does it sound? Well, with the factory fitted op amps, the sound was clear, had good bass, had very smooth mid range. The top end was slightly mellow. If you read what's stated on the manufacturer's website, they said that the circuit design is that of a semi-open loop feedback circuit with a sound reminiscent of that of a tube amp. I would tend to agree. The top end is a little bit mellow. So based on my personal likes, I prefer a fast, transparent, kind of sound with deep bass, clear mid range, and, uh, and and trebles which are a bit sparkly and I won't say elevated but clear sounding. So this led me to look for some improvements in this amp. So besides using silver cables, which I'm using pure silver XLR cables, and a good power cord with good power conditioning, the obvious choice would be the op amps, which are swappable. So after doing a lot of research on the web and on YouTube, I decided to go for the Burson Audio V7 Vivids. As you can see from the previous segment, this has been fitted inside the unit. No accident. Everything works fine. It runs a little bit hotter than before, but nothing alarming. I mean, it's not hot to touch. It's just slightly warmer to the touch than before. I would say the sound has improved a lot. The upper register, much clearer, leading to better definition of sound stage, of sonic images. The mid range is also opened up a bit. The bass is as good as before, but maybe a little bit tighter. So the Burson Audio V7 Vivids gets a thumbs up from me. Definitely suited for this particular headphone amp. So I would definitely recommend anybody looking at the possibility of this, of running this headphone amp in their system. Do not miss out the choice of op amps swapping. I might also consider swapping out to the to other op amps, but that would be another later exercise, because it gets expensive very fast. You look at 4 dual channel op amp units, and that comes to a tidy $300-500 a bang, you know, a pop. So that's what I have for the moment. Now, if you ask me to do a comparison, I don't have that many other headphone amps to compare with. The only other one which I'm going to do a review of is the Shanling EH2, which claims to have 4.3 watts at 32 ohms. That I have to verify with some exhaustive testing using the Abyss and the Susvara. Reason I haven't done it is because it sounds pretty good with my other headphone amps on the 4.4 balance mode. So for the Susvara and the Abyss, I would have to swap out using an adapter going into a 4-pin. So I've not done that yet. But I doubt that a small unit like that will be able to drive the Abyss and the Susvara. This, a chunky unit, I would say, still, you know, not really the ultimate in running those two demanding headphones. Just a quick early primer before I do a in-depth review. This is how I usually run my headphones, the Abyss and the Susvara. I use speaker amps with matching resistors on the speaker tabs in parallel. The top two are 30 watt Class A amplifiers, and the two bottom are 933 Burmeister clones running 120 watts, both into 8 ohms. Now, if you parallel the 10 watt resistor which I use, the amplifier sees the headphone, whether it's the Abyss or the Susvara or any other, as an 8 ohm load. So it's safe to run. And I've also added additional headphone speaker protection units. So I'll go into further details in a separate review. But the HFL headphone amp, I must be honest, does not compare to running speaker amps to drive these two infamous headphones. But that's a review for another day. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.